Hey everyone. So today I'm getting ready to go grocery shopping and I'm going to do a quick fridge clean out before I go. This can be a really helpful process so that you don't go grocery shopping and just kind of shove all the new stuff in the front of the fridge while everything moves to the back. It can also help keep your fridge a little more clean and organized. Make sure you're clearing out old food that is expired now and needs to move along. And it can also help you find out things that need to be used up in the next week or so you can help plan your meals around that. All right, so let's get started. I have done nothing to my fridge. I've not curated this at all. It was also a holiday weekend where we had done a lot of kind of meal planning and or having special meals based on the long weekend and the holidays. And so I've got some of that stuff kind of kicking around too. All right, so here is my fridge. I'm not going to tackle the door today. We're just going to focus on the kind of internal space of the fridge. All right, there's a lot going on. It doesn't look like I need to go grocery shopping because it's fairly full, but I do. Maybe like a half shop because there's things that we're out of. So where do we get started? You'll notice there's not a lot of organization going on here right now in terms of categories. I tend to not be naturally super organized. I can get caught up in the busyness of life and just put things where there's space. I just know that about myself. And so I know that coming in every once in a while and kind of reshifting things can be helpful. So I'm going to start by taking out, or you can categorize if you have the space, food that I know is still good. So I'm going to start there. So I've got some pasta salad that I just made last night. I have some sauteed zucchini, also just made last night. I've got some roasted vegetables and one serving of lasagna that I know it's on its last day, but still good. What else do I have here? Oh, I've got some blueberry pancakes. These I made 3 days ago, so I'll either want to eat them in the next day or so or put them in the freezer, but they've still got some good life left in them. All right, I know all of my dairy products are still good. If you have trouble with your dairy products going bad or staying in your fridge longer than a week, you might take a marker and just write the date that you open them on. We go through this stuff very quickly, so it's not a problem in our house, so I don't need to date things. But I'm just going to categorize those here. Anything else? Okay. Oh, I also know this melon and this hard-boiled egg are good. Those are just from the last 2 days. And these blueberries are still good. Okay, you could, again, kind of keep this in your fridge if you want to do it that way, but I think for the purposes here, it's going to be easier to see what else we have going on. All right, up here, I kind of have a category of things that stay in the fridge that tend to just be in that area. I've got some tahini, some bouillon, some miso. This is some sourdough starter. This is my avocado holder, and this avocado is definitely past its prime, so that's going to go in the compost. Here, oh, I have a hard-boiled egg in here in the shell, but I don't remember how old it is. And it's definitely got pushed to the back, so that needs to go in the trash. This is some baked ziti that came to us on Saturday. It's currently Wednesday, so that's on day 5. I'm going to toss this. I think it's past its prime. Remember, 4 to 5 days on leftovers. If there's meat in it, I like to stick with 4 days. Some people push it a little bit longer, but always best to kind of go on the side of caution. Okay, I've got some, pickles. Those are perfectly fine. I have a jar of salsa in here, and this is beneficial because I wrote the date. So 5/12. Today is the 27th. So now we're on 15 days of this being open. Sorry, my dishwasher's beeping. That is 15 days is kind of a prime on, or too long on salsa. I would say 10 to 12 days is probably the max for open salsa. So there's not much in here, luckily, but I'm going to toss that. Again, if you're doing this regularly, you're going to catch your items that are getting close, and then you can kind of plan them in. Salsa is one we really have a hard time using a full jar in our house. Okay, I've got some flax meal. That stays in the fridge. Again, olives, pickles. I've got some sour cabbage here. And now I can see if I find other items that go in that category. We've got some pepperoncinis. It's kind of the pickle olive section. Okay. All right. Oh, my little jar of maple syrup. Okay, here's some vegetables that I probably put in here long enough ago that those are going to go in the compost. Starting to get a little gross. This is, again, veggies from the other night that are still good. This is crepes that I made on Saturday. So now we're on day 5. I'm going to toss these. Ideally, I would have put them in the freezer if I knew we weren't going to use them. We do have a tendency to not use, when I make crepes or pancakes, nobody seems to like to eat them the next day or two. So I am going to compost those. Maybe next time I'll motivate to get those in the freezer. All right, mayo. We've got some ranch dip that is still good. I don't have a date on that because I just know that that's one, again, we go through without it going bad. If you find that it's in there for a while, just stick a date on it. This is my sausage potato kale soup. It's delicious. But this is now on day, it's actually only on day 4. I find that for me, I eat leftovers kind of 2 times and then I'm kind of done with it. So this one probably is going to get tossed. Again, if you don't think you're going to eat it, probably don't stick it back in the fridge because you're likely not going to. If you're motivated and think if I put it in the freezer, I know I'm going to come back to it, go for it. But sometimes it's easy to just kind of leave stuff in there because we feel bad wasting it. But I don't know. I think there's value in just cleaning out and starting fresh when we can. All right, I've got my jar of spaghetti sauce with a date, 5/20. This is only a week old. So I'll want to use this in the next few days, but now I know. There's not a whole lot here, but probably enough for a homemade pizza. And then I've just got some Parmesan cheese and hummus and a jug of maple syrup. Okay, we're getting there. Actually, now that I'm done up here, a little quick wipe out is always a great idea. Move this over. But we'll kind of keep things moving. So I'm just going to put back my leftovers and I'm going to keep them together so that I know this is the leftover section. All right, and then the dairy products, also keep those together. And some blueberries. Already looking better. Okay, so in my produce drawer, oh wow, I've got 3 bags of baby carrots. We're going to consolidate these. They're all still good. If they're slimy at all, toss them out or compost them. Otherwise, I'm going to consolidate. I have some fresh asparagus from my garden that I'm really excited. I tend to kind of pick a few every day and add to this bag. They stay nice and fresh. So those will definitely be going back in. And a piece of a cucumber. That's good for that drawer. Oh, I know these are old. I have a little bit of a bag of green beans in here that are ready to compost. Again, these things happen. I do this for a living and I still have food go bad. So just be gentle on yourself. Make it work as best you can. We've got some celery that still looks great. And this drawer could probably use a little wipe out too. Okay, we're getting there. Down at the bottom, I have a head of lettuce that was given to me, so that still has some life left in it, and some kale. This kale was huge, that's why it didn't fit in the produce drawer. So it got its spot down there. And then I have some flour tortillas. Again, I can consolidate these, but I want to check the date. So this one is best by May 30th, so these just have 3 more days. And then this one is June 24th. So this one has plenty of time. I could toss these in the fridge, or if I just want to plan to have a meal around them this week, that would be a good option for those. And then I have another one of some whole wheat. Oh, best by May 28th. So these are best by tomorrow. So I'll either put these in the freezer or plan to use them today or tomorrow. And again, those dates usually have a few more days when it comes to a product like that. Got some cheese sticks here. The cheese and kind of deli meat drawer, definitely one to keep an eye on. Deli meat, once you purchase it, about 5 to 7 days is best. Keep an eye on it. If there's any odor or sliminess or anything, definitely toss it. This one was sell by May 23rd, so that was 4 days ago. So I'll just take a peek at this, but I think it's probably ready to be eaten or go. Shredded cheeses usually last a while, but again, if that's something that you are finding you're not sure how long it's been in your fridge, maybe put a date on when you open it. And I've got 2 pieces of Canadian bacon in here that I'm actually going to put those in the freezer now because it's not something we eat very often. Sometimes we'll put them on egg sandwiches, but I don't anticipate eating those in the next 2 days. Okay, so we did well. I'm gonna put back my veggies here. And now from here, I really know what I have and what I need. And so I've got my paper and pencil here and can write down what I'm gonna need in my grocery trip. And then this can help plan the meals for the week. So I know I have some spaghetti sauce I wanna use up. And so I'll probably plan to have some pizza around that. Definitely wanna plan to use up these leftovers in the next couple of days. I know I need a restock on some veggies. The only fruit I have is blueberries and a little bit of melon, so we'll want to restock the fruit. But much more organization. I've cleaned out a good amount of things. I have space for new items. I know what's here and what I need. And so in just about 10 minutes, I've made a lot of progress. And when I go to the grocery store, I know what I need. I know what I'm going to get. We're not going to get duplicates, and I'm going to be able to really plan some meals based on this. All right, I hope that was helpful. We'll probably come back and do the door here. This is kind of a different animal because a lot of these are sauces and have a little bit of a different shelf life than some of our more fresh items here, but I think we'll come back to it if this feels helpful. All right, thanks.